Hey guys, JV here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you today with the next session in the Alpha Wolf Personal Development and Expansion series. So this session is going to be based around expanding out this understanding of reprogramming our subconscious mind and sort of our emotional states. Okay, so we're going to start this session off with a very specific practice that I've created, basically to root in self-love. And it's a practice that is based around experiencing the sensation of love, the biochemical sensation, and then associating that sensation to the emotion of love and the word love. So when I say I love myself, I have a biochemical response as a result of me saying I love myself. And I feel that I love myself. So we're going to start it off, and it's very easy. What we are doing is we are doing behavioral conditioning. So, what we are trying to do is associate a physical sensation or emotional sensation, okay, a biochemical sensation, and like an emotional sensation. So, me experiencing the thought of love and what the emotion I feel is, and I'm associating the biochemical response to it. So that every time I feel love, the biochemical response is released. Do you sort of get it? And then we're also going to be associating the language or the sort of the conscious trigger so that when I say, and it's based around our name. Okay. So I did it for my name, Justin. So when I say Justin, I feel love because the way it goes is you hear me say Justin, but I have trained into my subconscious to run a thought pattern that says, Justin, I love you. Do you sort of get it? So it's a very important thing because this kind of power, now all I need to do is say my name to feel love in this life. Do you sort of get it? So what we need to do is we need to consciously condition in the sequence of Justin, I love you. And then we allow the physical sensation. So now we have the language pattern or the structure what we which we are going to associate consciously to now identifying love, what love means. So the emotion of love. So when I say to myself, I love you or I love me, however you want to say it. So if I say, Justin, I love you, what is the meaning of the I love you? This is the importance because this allows us to create the link from I love you to the emotional sensation of love. So what is it? So for me it's acceptance, unconditionally accepting, you know appreciating and valuing who I am. So we start to see these are the emotions that I'm going to be feeling when I think of love. I'll be feeling value. I'll be feeling, and this is sort of like if we were to say like love as an emotion, many of us would try to think of it as being love is its own emotion, but no emotion is individual. So every emotion is a culmination of similar and contradicting emotions. Do you sort of get it? It's sort of like it's a unity between multi dimensions. Otherwise, my experience of life is superficial or very base level. Do you sort of get it? The more I experience in love, then we have joy in love, ecstasy in love, pleasure in love, happiness, contentment, fulfillment, feeling valued, valuing others. Like there's all these different sort of sub emotions or sort of contributing factors that lead us to constructing the sensation or feeling of love. So the more we add to it, the more sort of deeper it feels to us. So I might love you physically and think you're attractive, and that's one layer. So yeah, I'm in love with you because you're attractive. Do you sort of get it? Now I'm limiting my experience of it. So we just understand when we add extra layers into it, what we're doing is depthening it. So we're making it deeper. We're creating new structures, new formations. We are altering our experiential shape of love. So is love very one-dimensional? Is it three-dimensional? Is it four-dimensional? Do you know? Like, how is it? So, what we want to do is we want to assign a couple of them that are really useful. So, for example, when I with my name and linking I love you to it, my goal is to create empowerment. So to create an energy boost. So which of those sub emotions of love that culminate to become love are going to be most valuable? Do you sort of get it? So for me, it's valuable, like feeling valued, feeling confident. Do you sort of get it? Having belief in self. So these are the emotions. And we're thinking about and assigning memories to these emotions. So times where I felt valued and I felt loved by others. Times where, and it doesn't have to be by others either. It can be by ourselves. So the ideal way to do it is we want it to be a mixture of interactions and engagements with others and individual because we don't want to become an island or moated, so to speak. So we don't want to become disconnected from other people to where we can't connect with them in love. So through my self-love, I can connect to others. So it's very important to understand that, but I'm not trying to fulfill my self-love from others. Do you sort of get it? Self-love is an expression that I put out into this world. Love is an expression I put out into this world. It's not something I seek to be fulfilled. I don't seek to fulfill love in this world. I seek to promote it. Do you sort of get it? So when we understand this, now we start to understand the value of these core ones. So when I'm talking about feeling valuable or valued, like that's internal. That's the times I felt like it. It doesn't matter what other people say. So, for example, there might be times that I help people out and I feel valuable for that. Do you sort of get it? It's not dependent on them. It's just an expression of me to them. Do you sort of get it? So we just have to understand this because we don't want to create these triggers dependent on external. So our language and our perception or how we present ourselves or the position that we take is important to determining how we associate to it. So the downside is if I associate to external parties, now I am reliant and dependent on them and I use them to override myself. Whereas what we're trying to do is be more internal focused, where I can override the external environment just through my inner will. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if other people don't believe in what I believe in life, like, I can still believe in it. It's okay. Do you sort of get it? Like, I don't need consensus from other people to believe what I believe for me to believe it. So we just understand that that is the aspect of it. It's not that I'm going out there and saying other people are fucking idiots and I know what's right and they don't know anything and they should listen to me and all of this. No, it's I believe what I believe for me. Other people believe what other people believe. They're free to believe what they want to believe. Do you sort of get it? Because it's this difference in sort of the intention behind the actions. When I'm projecting into the external environment and trying to dominate it and say everyone should believe what I believe because I'm smarter than them, blah, 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 then what I'm doing is I'm trying to dominate the will of all in that environment. Do you sort of get it? Not a good way to go because this way is, while it may seem like it's not, it's highly conflicting. So, well, not conflicting, but confrontational. So there's a lot of confrontation in relationships that are based in this because the downside is no party can be individual. All parties have to be sort of unified in their beliefs. And you can see this in structures, and it's most prevalent in academic and academic writing. So typically, in academic writing, people will tend to follow the same sort of trending lines of thought and things like that within theories and theses and sort of I don't know, different information, I guess you could say. But basically, what we start to understand is that if we're trying to dominate the external environment, I am trying to use my will and force to control it. So if I am the one who is trying to control it, I have to control every aspect of it. It cannot have chaos within it because if there's parts of the environment that I don't control, they become the most crucial aspects or sort of like the weak points where my whole control falls apart. So I have to dominate them. Do you sort of get it? Have you ever met people like this? We call them control freaks. Do you sort of get it? Like, for example, you might wear a suit and tie, and your tie might be off a little bit, and they come up and they adjust it for you. And it's sort of like, excuse me, mate. Do you sort of get it? But it's this understanding that like a lot of society is based around this idea that who you are reflects on me. Motherfucker, who you are doesn't reflect on me. Do you sort of get it? I reflect on me. Because then if who you are reflects on me, should I be doing good? You get all the credit. I couldn't do shit without you. Do you sort of get it? This is how most people act. This is how most people treat relationships. Like that, if you disagree or you have differing beliefs, we are not compatible because I am a motherfucking totalitarian dictator. Do you sort of get it? Yet everyone claims democracy, everyone claims equality, yet they're trying to always change each other by force. All right. So we're going to continue on, but basically, we only have control over the internal. So these practices are only for the internal and hold no relevance to the external. While, as a side effect, they do influence the external, people who focus on the external are fucking idiots. So we don't care about the external. Okay. So what we're doing is we're trying to associate the name. Okay. So my name and we are associating the phrase, I love you. Okay. And what we are doing is conditioning to every time the name is said, I love you is said. And it's said within our subconscious mind. That's the importance of this. So when anyone says my name, when I say my name, subconsciously, I think and feel that I love myself. Very important, very powerful. Because all I have to do in any situation where I need extra strength, where I need confidence, where I need, you know, to feel empowered, all I have to do is think my name. Bang. This is how we perform at the highest levels. This is how we develop such a thing. And like for me, it's very important to develop this because these are the tools like I developed for combat so that if I'm shot in the middle of a fucking field and I'm bleeding out, I am still able to operate and move myself out of there and survive. Do you sort of get it? These are very powerful tools that can be used to override any aspect of the physical or the emotional or the external aspects of our life. Do you sort of get it? You could send me so much hate, and I can sit there and smile at you because any hate you send at me, as soon as I see it and notice it, I can transmute it into anything. And now all you are doing is sending energy towards me. Do you sort of get it? It's control over everything. So we start to understand when I have this control over my mind and my emotional state. So my subconscious mind and my emotional state, I become invulnerable invulnerable to any negative aspects others may wish to present onto me because I realize the external environment cannot influence the internal environment. While the internal environment can influence the external environment, the internal environment cannot control the external environment. Do you sort of get it? How I show up in a situation can alter and change that situation, but I cannot show up to change that situation. Do you sort of get it? So it's very important to understand this because when we understand this, we start to understand why I cannot influence the external. Because to influence the external, I have to control every aspect of it. Do you sort of get it? I cannot control 20% of the external environment and feel confident and capable. So what that means is anything less than 100% domination, I will never feel like my full self. Do you sort of get it? When I realize that I only control the internal, well, motherfucker, I have 100% control. Do you sort of get it? So when I have 100% control of the internal, I now can feel as confident and capable as I want in any moment. Do you sort of get it? All right. So we're going to do this practice, and the point of this practice is behavioral conditioning. So we're doing conditioning. So the goal is for a couple of minutes, maybe 5, 10 minutes. We just want to repeat it. But what we're trying to do is link the memory. So first, what we have to do is now we have to do, so we understand what the emotions we want to feel, and we've linked the memories. Now we want to feel them. Do you sort of get it? So what we do is, like anything, if we are doing work within the subconscious, we want to activate both hemispheres simultaneously. So full brain, so all we have to do is cross hemispheres. Do you sort of get it? So all we do is we just put it here and you close your eyes, and the whole goal is that what we are trying to achieve is we are trying to now focus in on the emotional sensation, okay, of I love you. And now what we want to do is we want to feel it. So we want to think about aspects of life, aspects of our life, aspects of our environment, and we really want to focus in on feeling it, feeling the love. So you can think about past love, you can think about romance, you can think about whatever it means to you, however you do it. For me personally, when I think of love, I think about running into hell. I think about running into the battle to pull people out. I think about self-sacrifice. That's what love means to me. So we want to feel it. And we use our breath to manipulate our heart. So we can do shorter breathing to increase the heart rate, or we can do deeper breathing to slow it down. So it's very important to understand this because through breath is how we influence the heart. So this is how we change our frequency through our breath. So what we want to do is we want to use breathing to really focus in and channel our energy to our idea of love. And we want to start feeling it. So however you do it, I usually do mixtures between them. And now we've got that feeling, that sensation of love. It's sort of like trying to find something you know is there, but you can't quite see it. Like reaching into a dark cupboard to pull out a tool or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like just sort of feeling around and seeing what is there. And we know that there's nothing negative there because it's our own mind. So there's no hidden spiders or this, that, and the other. So all we know is that if I reach in for love, I'll find love. And we get that feeling. And now what we want to do is you can say it in your head. It's usually easier to say it in your head, but we really want to focus on the language and the pronunciation of the language. So it goes, Justin, I love you. And we focus on feeling it. That's the sequence. Justin, so your name, I love you. And then we channel the sensational experience of love. It's a 3-step practice. So we do the first step, Justin, I love you. And then we feel it. Do you sort of get it? So the point is to first do the name trigger, and then we do the language pattern trigger second, I love you, and then we feel it. And this is what we are conditioning in this behavioral response, that the name, and then there's a second break, and then I love you, and then I feel love. Do you sort of get it? So that's the sequence. So you can do it with whatever, and it's about, think of it like this. I want to get a 6 pack. I could do 1 sit up a day. I could do 1,000 sit ups a day. Do you sort of get it? So the more I do, the stronger that connection happens. And what we are doing is we are creating the synaptic association and the synaptic pathway. So my name is associated to my identity of self, who I am. Do you sort of get it? But now what I'm doing is I'm associating my name to I love you. Then we're associating I love you to the sensational experience of love. Do you sort of get it? And then what we do, so think about it like this. What we're trying to do is create a subconscious habitual behavior. So we want to do it as a practice every day for 10 minutes, where I just, for 10 minutes, I say that and I repeat that cycle. Do you sort of get it? Because the more I do it, 2 things will happen. One, that becomes the strongest pathway. So what happens is subconsciously, without conscious direction or awareness, my mind will always seek the path of least resistance. So if I make Justin, I love you, and then the feeling of love, the easiest path to run every time my name is said, that is what runs. Do you sort of get it? But the second thing is the more I do it, the more I condition it in to be top of mind, to where I'm consciously throughout the day thinking about, like, I love myself. When something goes against me, I think about self-love. Do you sort of get it? So like the more I do the practice, the more often I do it, one, it ingrains it subconsciously to be a trigger, that anytime anyone says my name or I say my name, that is the language or the language pattern that runs the synaptic pathway and the emotional experience. So now I'm able to create self love in any moment. Do you sort of get it? And we just do it again and again and again. And then we can do it for anything. Do you sort of get it? So it's a way of conditioning and associations, or it's a way of linking our conscious and unconscious. So we link our like psychological structure to our emotional state. Do you sort of get it? So we're just trying to create these bridges, and that's all the trigger is a bridge. So Justin, I love you is just a bridge for me taking my name and creating a link to an emotional sensation or experience. And it's very important because when we understand this, I can now link anything that I want. Do you know what I mean? So I could link like um, trigger words for abundance. So I could, like, so let's say I want to get into an empowered state to where I can work and I'm productive and I'm creative. So, what aspects of it is it? Like, what is the aspect of productivity? What is the emotional sensation that I like about productivity? Like, I like working towards something. Do you know what I mean? I like accomplishing things. I like finishing things. I like creating things. And we're linking that and to a trigger word. And whatever trigger word we have. So it could be, oh, it's time for work. So we could link it's time for work for this state of mind where I'm in a highly creative, highly productive mindset. So think about it like this. It's a very important thing, but like, for example, back in ancient times, warriors outside of battle would typically maintain and prepare for battle. So you train, you prepare your gear, you do this, you do that, like you remain fit. Do you sort of get it? So that's what we're trying to do is create this sort of armor, so to speak, to where I can move through any resistance in life and it doesn't affect me emotionally. Where I have this sort of armor on to where my focus and my emotional state aren't affected by the external environment, right? So, a practice that I like to do is I like to wear dress shirts and I like to iron them. And it's a ritualistic practice that I take as a moment of focusing. So it's a small process of ironing a shirt, but it allows me to channel and focus my mind into what I'm doing. So we're able to use trigger words to do this as well, just like we did for the name and self-love. Okay, so we're able to trigger in really things, and it's just behavioral conditioning. So all we're conditioning is association to behavioral outcome. For example, when I sit down to work, I'm sitting down to work. So the behavioral outcome is I'm going to work. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sitting down and then picking up my phone and starting to text and, looking on Facebook and things like that. Because if I sit down every day and I do that, well, then I'm going to create a habit of when I sit down, I'm going to create a conditioned behavior of checking my phone. And if I sit down and I can't check my phone, I will feel wrong because the conditioned behavior hasn't been done, the ritual. So we just understand the importance of this. And this is what we're doing. We're creating rituals with words that get emotional outcomes that lead to behavioral outcomes. Do you sort of see? And that's all we're doing. And we're just doing it on a conscious and an unconscious level. Because if we get alignment between my conscious mind and my unconscious mind, I am now aligned to a singular frequency. When my conscious mind and unconscious mind are misaligned, well, I'm chaotic within. I have inner turmoil. I find it difficult to move forward. I find it difficult to even know which direction to move. Do you sort of get it? And that's what these practices are about doing, is we're aligning them. So the first practice is aligning my heart sensation to being able to associate it to an emotion so that I sort of know the feeling of it. And then linking that to a trigger word so that I'm able to trigger it at will. But it's a process of understanding and associating. Well, okay, these sensations within my heart are love. These sensations within my heart are joy. These sensations in my heart are anger and things like that. And the negative ones that we don't like, what we're really trying to do is now we're trying to switch them over. Do you sort of get it? So we're overcoming the fear that underlies them, and then what we're doing is transmuting them into a positive emotion. So it's like sort of like this. Like I said, you could spit venom at me and it wouldn't affect me because the process that I use is to break down what you say about me, to accept the truth behind it, and to allow it to rebuild anew in a new area, in a positive area. I'm not beholden to this form as being perfect. Do you sort of get it? So if you said, like, you're ugly, like, I would say, I know, but do you know the secret? I can always become beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Because there's like I could turn that you're ugly and then I could make creative art out of it. I could use it to express my inner self. I could use it to express my physical self. Do you know what I mean? I could use that as motivation to go to the gym and work out. I could use it as motivation to be kinder. I could use it as motivation to invest into connections. Do you sort of get it? So the process of transmuting is just redefining and then reallocating. So as you throw negative energy at me, I reallocate it before it hits me and I'm putting it back out there. And I thank you for the fuel. Do you sort of get it? Because it doesn't really matter if you think that I am the biggest piece of shit. It doesn't really matter to me because it's okay. Like, if you think I'm a piece of shit, I probably am. And that's okay because I'm working on it. So, whatever you think about me, if you thought I was a piece of shit, well, I'm just going to take that energy and do something beneficial with it, do something positive with it, do something constructive with it. You can send destruction to me, but I can create from destruction. Do you sort of understand? So it's very important to understand this because if I don't realize that and I allow that you've sent me energy of destruction, I can only destroy with this. Well, should you call me a piece of shit, then I have to tear you apart. Do you sort of get it? But I can actually create with it. And you could call me a piece of shit and I could use it to build your self-worth. Do you sort of get it? I could really fuck you. Do you know what I mean? I could make you feel empowered. Do you sort of get it? And then you would realize how stupid your behavior was. Wouldn't that suck? Do you know what I mean? Whatever I want to do. So we just understand that, like, what we are trying to do is anything that makes me feel negative or less than, I transmute it. So I accept what it is that, hey, I'm not a perfect person and all of this. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, for example, if I had a fear of rejection and that fear pops up, like, I accept it. People are going to reject me. People have rejected me my whole life. Do you sort of get it? But the funny thing is, I haven't. Do you sort of get it? I've always been there with me. Because fuck me, wouldn't it be lonely if I rejected myself? Do you sort of get it? So, like, we're just transmuting it to, well, if I fear rejection, like, I should invest into people who invest into relationships with me. Do you know what I mean? Like friendships, I should invest into creating stronger bonds. I should invest into this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can transmute it into anything I want, or I could say that people are gonna abandon me, people are gonna reject me and all of this, and I could use it to reject other people. Trust me, I did this for many years. I was the quickest shooter in the West. I could fucking reject you seconds before you reject me. I would just feel it coming and bang. The shot would be done before you even drew your gun. Do you sort of get it? Not a good way to live because it doesn't really get us anything. Like, yeah, I'm the best rejecter. What did I win out of that? Being fucking alone. Do you sort of get it? Like, if I am the best at rejecting everyone, well, the prize at the end of the day is going to be me being alone because I'm so efficient at rejecting people. I don't even bother talking to them anymore. Do you sort of get it? Have you ever experienced that or felt that way? Where, like, for example, you can see it mostly in love, where we go through a breakup, it sucks, it hurts, whatever happens, happens. And it's sort of like I can't even bear holding those relationships again. And it takes years for me to even tr consider that. Like it was, for example, for me in one of my last relationships a while back, it was about 4 years. Do you sort of get it? Before I started dating again. Doesn't mean I didn't hold like sexual relationships with girls, but it just meant I didn't even entertain the idea of feeling emotion for another person for years. Do you sort of get it? So it's very important to understand this because, yeah, you win what you win. Do you sort of get it? If I don't hold emotion for people, it's a fucking lonely place. Do you sort of get it? Like life gets pretty miserable. Like we stop investing into what we want in this life. Do you sort of get it? So like when I feel fear, I can use that fear to create more fear and create negative emotions and create negative outcomes, or I can use that fear to create positive outcomes by transmuting it however I want. Me personally, I have lived both ways and like using fear to destroy others isn't the path. Trust me. It only leads to being stabbed in the back. Why? Because they're too afraid to face you in the front. So they fuck you over in the back. Do you sort of get it? So it's no point using fear for that. Do you sort of get it? Because when I fear myself, I do self-destructive behaviors. I stab myself in the back. Do you sort of get it? Like what other people do to me, I do to myself. What I do to myself, other people do to me. Or better said, what I allow other people to do to me, I allow myself to do to myself. What I allow myself to do to myself, I allow other people to do to me. Do you sort of get it? So it's not that we want to go out there and say, like, I'm going to cut people's heads off because they're this, that, and the other. No, but it's sort of like how I interact with other people and how I interact with myself will determine how subconsciously I interact with myself and how I subconsciously allow others to interact with me. For example, if I don't allow people to disrespect me, like if you should disrespect me, like you're not going to offend me. Do you sort of get it? I'm just never going to even invest a second in understanding who you are or your perspective. Your words hold no value. You could say whatever you want. Don't give a fuck. I am never going to argue with you because arguing with you is pointless because your viewpoint is so irrelevant to me that I don't even need to waste a second thinking about it. Like, I just don't even need to know you. I could stand there, I could sit there and sit like this and just be in silence. Do you sort of get it? Like, there's, I don't have to try and make you feel bad. Like, I just don't have to give a fuck. So I can just literally just go into my mind and start thinking about something else and just ignore the external environment. Do you sort of get it? Like, I don't have to battle through conflict. I can just disengage. Do you sort of get it? So we just realize that there are a multitude of paths to war, but it's sort of like in life, how I want to experience life is valuable to me. If I don't want to experience people cheating on me, like it doesn't have to hurt me. Do you sort of get it? Because we get this mistaken because of childhood and the way that we develop, we realize that we get attention when we're in pain. People pity us when we're in pain and all of this. So we create the sensation and idea of pain behind actions that we want to feel pity for. Do you sort of get it? So it's like, oh, this person chose someone else. I'm heartbroken. It's sort of like, bro, I bet you haven't even hit like point 0.000000001% of the girls on Earth. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's sort of like, how could you ever be heartbroken? There is just that many people there. And that's sort of one of the funny things about like love and things like this and ideas of true love. Like there is that many people on this earth that like there is not enough days in your life to meet everyone in this on this earth. Do you know what I mean? Like it's insane. And then what we're saying is to get to know someone, there isn't enough fucking days in the sun's life for us to get to know everyone on this earth at a level to where we could say that we understand what love or true love is. Do you sort of get it? So it's this funny thing that in life, our perception trumps reality. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for example, I could go through a breakup and I could feel heartbroken and like I've lost the love of my life or whatever. And it's sort of like that perspective trumps the reality that there is like 4 billion women in the earth or whatever, however many it is, who cares? But do you sort of get it? Like that perception can trump that to where I can feel disempowered to where I'll never feel love again. Do you sort of get it? So we understand that our perception can trump reality in negative ways to where we can sort of self-limit and things like that. But we can also do it in a positive way. So where I can use my perception of a belief that I can do this and that if I keep moving forward, I will achieve what I want, that I could find the person that I look for in life or whatever it may be. And I can use that to override any external factor, any of what we would say as being reality. That, like, for example, take this content, take these programs, I see them as being highly, 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 highly fucking valuable to me because I create them for me. So they're very, very important to me and they're very valuable to me. Do you sort of get it? So I'm able to use that sort of bias and perception that I know the value they have to me. So I'm able to use that to override the external environment of how people respond to it or how people react to it. Do you sort of get it? I'm able to sort of put my hand on the scale and weigh that bitch down because who's going to stop me? Do you sort of get it? So, like, who's going to stop me from believing in myself? If I don't stop me from believing in myself, who? Who could stop me? In life, I can put my hand on the scale and put as much weight as I want behind it. Do you sort of get it? Like I can put the scales in my number if I want it to be. It's always going to be in my favor. Do you sort of get it? I can have that perspective, or I can have the perspective where I can't touch the scales. Some I win, some I lose, like each to their own. Now, this doesn't say that mean that I cheat. It just means in my life, in my experience of life, in my internal existence, who I am, yeah, I get to fucking determine how much self-belief I have. Even if people don't think I have self-belief, good fucking luck. Don't meet me on the battlefield because you'll realize while we may be equal on the battlefield, in my mind, I have got thousands of times the weight on my side of the scales than you do. Do you sort of get it? Like there is no rationale. I believe in myself to the fucking end. Do you sort of get it? Like it's not like boastful confidence that when you punch me in the face it's gonna break. No, it's sort of like I want you to cut my arm off and I'm gonna beat you with my arm, with my severed arm. Do you sort of get it? Like I wanna go through that. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm in it all the way. Like whatever happens, like I'm all in. Like there's only forward. Do you sort of get it? So we just start to realize in love, like in self-love, I can weigh that motherfucking scale. It doesn't matter how much of a piece of shit you call me. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to get in because I don't see it. Do you know what I mean? I know who I am. Do you sort of get it? So it's sort of like you could do whatever you want to me, but it's never going to affect me because I'm weighing in the internal, my scales, to where motherfucker, you got to bring a couple of ton to just move it an inch. Do you sort of get it? Like, and it's all the way down. Like, you got a big job to try and fucking even the odds. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't have to be rational. I don't have to be reasonable. My belief in myself is irrational. You can't measure it on a scale. It's not a 1 to 10, it's at a fucking thousand. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'll walk through fire for myself. I would swim across an ocean for myself. Why? Because I can, motherfucker. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it because, motherfucker, wouldn't that be the most terrifying shit that you could do? Swimming at night in the ocean with motherfucking sharks and motherfucker. Like, have you seen those gropers that are like 20 foot long and they could swallow a person fucking whole? Like, you know what I mean? It's pretty fucking terrifying. But do you know what I mean? But if I was in the ocean and that was my only choice, like, motherfucker, I would swim until I drown or until a shark picks me off. And unfortunately, if I'm in the middle of the ocean swimming and it's not by choice, I don't really have any control over that shark now, do I? Do you sort of get it? But like, until that shark gets me, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep swimming as if there's no shark fucking behind me. Do you know what I mean? But it's very important because like this is how we go beyond the known. Think of survival situations and things like that. Like for me, it was very important because should I be in one of those situations, well, prior preparation prevents poor performance. And should a shark come up to take me for dinner, I don't want to put up a poor performance. So, like, I have figured out a way to fight sharks. I don't know if it's effective, but I'm pretty sure that shark wouldn't fucking eat me. But you know what I mean? Who knows? Like sharks can move at like 100 k an hour under the water. Like it's pretty much like a beach volleyball and a dog. Do you know what I mean? The beach volleyball may survive, but the dog's pretty fucking all over it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's pretty much if the dog decides that the beach volleyball doesn't survive, it doesn't survive. Do you sort of get it? So we just start to understand this that it's not about this idea of sense and rationale and all of this. Like, what we got to understand is when it comes to the internal state of being, like, I can choose whatever scale I want it to be. Mine sits at 1,000. So while you're at a 10, I'm at a fucking 1,000, motherfucker. Do you sort of get it? I don't mind. I like being illogical. I like being fanatical. Do you sort of get it? If we both walk into the wilderness, like I have a belief that I can walk right back out whenever I want. Do you sort of get it? Doesn't matter what fucking animals are there. Even if there's bears there, I will fucking make a spear, okay, out of 3 branches and I will tie them together so that it's more heavy duty. And motherfucker, should a bear come to me, I'm gonna get the spear and get it up under its neck and use it to leverage up and then jam it into the ground and then really enforce it into him. Like, I don't give a fuck. I might die, I might not die. I'm pretty confident that I wouldn't die because that bear wouldn't really understand what's happening. Do you sort of get it? And if I get it up under there, where the jaw usually, when they stand, will be at an L shape, then I can use it to pierce in and through their windpipe. Do you sort of get it? Like it's not something to be afraid of. But should I be out in the wilderness and I don't have any weapons? Well, now I'm up fucking shit creek. Do you sort of get it? So in life, if I'm moving through situations in life and I'm not preparing myself to deal with situations, when things come up, I just have to try and figure it out as I go. But if I'm pre-planned to how I'm going to deal with situations, well, then I'm easily able to move through them. Do you sort of get it? And that's what we're doing when we're trying to condition in and reprogram the mind. When we're trying to reprogram in, 1 second. Sorry about that. But when we're trying to reprogram in the subconscious mind and we're trying to reprogram the emotional states, that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to alter and shift so that, like, one, I am pre-focused on what is important to me. So, for example, I live here in Australia. I walk outside, I can walk through the wilderness. I don't ever have to worry about a fucking bear. You know what I mean? Like, life's easy. Like, while I have ways of dealing with shared, like, if I don't need it, do you know what I mean? Like, it's good to have the information, but I don't need to walk around and always be prepared for it. Do you sort of get it? But I need to be prepared in ways of like, I know how to make defensive weapons. I understand standoff fighting behavior. So, like, for example, if we take a bear, like a spear is very useful because I can use it to keep distance and I can edge my way out of the bear's sort of like not territory, but attack range. If I can make it sort of as difficult for that bear to attack me while moving backwards, at a certain point in time, the bear will just decide that there's a better meal out there. Do you sort of get it? So, like, I'm able to use or if I have understanding on certain behaviors. Because, like, for example, if we trade out the bear and it's a person, like if I have a fucking a sharp pointy stick, like I can keep you at bay because all I need to do is always keep myself positioned to where directly that stick and you are in front of me. And then should you come too close, I just use it to jab up and in and we go for the eye. We try and jam it up in the eye and into the brain. Do you sort of get it? So it's sort of like it's just understanding on key principles that, for example, with predators, the more distance there is between predator and prey, the lower the likelihood of an attack. The more distance between a predator and prey, the lower the aggression the predator has. So the closer the bear gets to you, the more aggressive it is. The more distance you can keep with it. So for example, if a bear's within like, and I'm not saying like bear in specific, like I'm just saying any fucking predator. This is how predators behave. You can do it with people as well. Like we are the same as animals. Do you sort of get it? So with any kind of predator, right? If it's within striking range of within a meter of you, it's going to be highly violent and aggressive. Do you sort of get it? If it's 5 meters away from you, just outside of striking distance and in lunging distance, it's going to be moderately to highly aggressive. If it's outside of a lunging to where it has to charge, well, it's going to be less aggressive again. And you can see it in, like, for example, take bears and bluff charging or bluff charging, where they'll charge up and then they won't commit to it. Well, they'll charge up and they won't commit to it. Do you sort of get it? But if that bear is within a meter or two of you, like that's not going to happen. They're going to go for the strike. Do you sort of see it? So we just understand that with these sort of understandings around like distance and predators, like we're able to change that. Do you sort of get it? So with anything in life, okay, what we're doing is we are preparing for it by understanding, but we're not sort of trying to recreate or relive past trauma. So I'm not feeling fearful about a bear attack. It's just logically, if there's more distance between me and a bear, I'm safer. As the distance closes, I become more unsafer. Do you sort of get it? Like it doesn't require more thought than that. So now let's take that and let's move over to if we were doing it in terms of relationships. So we were trying to sort of let go to the fear or feel prepared for negative emotional events within relationships. For example, if someone cheats on you or something like that, it's sort of like what can I do in that situation to sort of deal with and overcome it? So like for example, I I don't really like cheating. Like it's a El Zilcho no-go for me. Like motherfucker, do it and see yourself get like smacked in the face. Do you know what I mean? Not physically, but you'll get it emotionally. Because for me, I don't like cheating. I don't want to be cheated on. So I have just associated disgust to it. So should you cheat on me, I don't feel sad. I feel disgusted. Like there's no going back from it. Do you sort of get it? Like how I see you is just every negative thing that I overlooked, that's all I see. I don't see the positive anymore. The positive is just, uh, no. Do you sort of see? And what happens is when we associate that, well, do I really feel sad about throwing away something that disgusts me? Not really. It's not really anything negative. It's just sort of like I liked it, but now, mm, it's not what I want it to be. Like it's fucking ugh. So, like for example, like if a girl cheats on me, I couldn't even kiss her again. Like that would make me physically sick. Do you sort of get it? But like we understand, like there are many different things. So we don't want to go out there and be like, you know, if you ever cheat on me, like I couldn't even kiss you because you would disgust me. No, it's just sort of like within myself. It's just it's the most disgusting thing. And it's just because I associate it to weakness. That's why it disgusts me. Because weakness just disgusts me because it's sort of like in life you have a chance, an opportunity to be strong, whoops, to be strong or to be weak. And if you choose weakness, like, yeah, that's okay. It just you disgust me by it. Do you sort of get it? So like it's just an important thing because when we understand this, we're able to redefine it from someone's done something to me to now I've just seen something I can't unsee. Do you know what I mean? And when we understand the shift in perspective, it makes the whole world difference because now we don't have to worry about the negative. Because even if negative things happen, it's sort of like I redefine the negative. For example, like, like I'm not a big fan of, you know, drama, for example. So when people talk to me and try and start drama, like I sort of just disengage and sort of just don't really get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that we have to go, you fucking start drama, this, that, and the other. Like, the whole point is I'm not trying to alter other people's behavior by altering my beliefs or my perspective on things. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to better understand myself and understand the real repercussions of my actions and behaviors. For example, in love. Motherfucker, if I give my heart to someone and then they choose someone else, I haven't really lost anything. Do you sort of get it? I've just seen something I can't unsee. Do you sort of get it? Like, where is the potential risk of harm from me moving on? Do you sort of get it? It's pretty important to get this because it's sort of like if we think about it in terms of business, it's like, should I start a business and it fail? Like, has anything happened? Do you sort of get it? Should I try an idea and it doesn't succeed? Should I do this? Should I do that? Has anything really happened? No. But what has happened within me? Well, I've tried something, I've learned something, I've got information about something. Do you sort of get it? So, like, I can see it as learning or I can see it as failure. If I'm learning something, does it really matter the outcome? Not really. What matters is how I understand it after the outcome. Do I understand it more or do I still not understand it? Do I understand it less? Do you know what I mean? Like, take for example, let's say we were going to be day traders and we were going into the market to trade and try and make our money for the day. Like, I've tried day trading and it's very, very complex and very intense. But basically, if we go up there with $1,000 and we start trading for the day, within minutes we can be out of it. Did we learn anything? Not really. That it's more difficult than it is, like than we thought it was going to be. Do you sort of get it? So it's still valuable, but it's sort of like if I understand what I'm trying to learn out of situations. So for example, when I'm going into love, like I'm learning more about myself and my own personal vulnerabilities and my ways of connecting with others. Do you sort of get it? So how can I fail if like, for example, if I'm selling a certain product, if I'm selling a house and someone said, "Oh, I really like it, but it's in the wrong suburb. I want to be, 200K away in a different city." Like, am I gonna get upset and think like I'm the biggest piece of shit just because they didn't want to buy it and all of this because it's not 200 Ks to the south and rah, 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 rah. Do you sort of get it? So it's like if things don't work out, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really matter. Do you sort of get it? In love, like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It doesn't really matter. Do you sort of get it? But are we getting to create all this negative toxicity within ourselves and within our experience of love? And then are we going to drag it moving forward just because things didn't go our way? Do you sort of get it? So you could think about it like self-destructive behaviors and things like that. I go through a bad breakup and then I just start fucking any and everyone out there, sort of like chucking the red light on the porch and opening the door and just saying open for business. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you sort of get it? Like, it's probably not going to end up how I want it to be. It's probably not going to get me to where I want it to be. So, am I going to become destructive or self-destructive because of, my perception of environments or my inability or my ego would be the clearest way to see it? Do you sort of get it? So, now we move on to reprogramming beliefs. So we've done some practices around reprogramming beliefs or reprogramming language patterns. It is the exact same. It is just conditional. So the same process that we do to link the trigger word to the like language pattern that uh, indicates the emotional state or the emotional what we feel from it. Okay. So, what we're trying to do here when we're reprogramming is I'm creating a language pattern. I'm creating a new belief, a new narrative, and that's what we're putting in. And that's what we're sort of doing it. So, like, for example, I might choose I am worthy of love and respect. So, that's the language pattern. And we're implanting that language pattern. Now I could change it to I am worthy of sort of success and abundance. Sorry. You know what I mean? We could do that. We could do it to I am worthy of, great friendships, of life's adventures, of, you know, experience in love, experience in life, spirituality, whatever you want it to be. Okay. And then we could even shift it out to I am love and respect. I am this and that. Like, so whatever we want to implant there. So, what we can do is we can do two main things. We can do it like this, where we're implanting a narrative or a language pattern. Or what I can do is I can go through and every time I notice something about myself that I don't like, I can change it and I can alter it. So maybe I notice that, like, I just don't have self-belief. Like I want to do things, but it's just like I just don't feel like I can do it. Okay. So now we're getting rid of self-doubt. So like we can go, I believe I am worthy of belief in self. I believe in myself. I believe I am capable. I believe I am competent. I believe this. I believe that. Do you sort of get it? Or we can go through and we can say, I banish self-doubt. I I cease to accept doubt within self, whatever it may be. Do you sort of get it? So we can go through and we can banish out the negative, or we can redefine the negative into positive. Do you sort of get it? And the more we start to understand this, the more we start to see how flexible this practice is. Do you sort of get it? So once we have the belief or the thought pattern or the narrative that we want to implant into the subconscious mind, then we do the full brain activation. So we do our pose where we are crossing hemispheres. And then basically we repeat whatever we want. And all we are doing is every time we repeat it, that's like a bicep curl. And we're just building muscles. Do you sort of get it? And we're locking it into the subconscious. And the more we can lock it into the subconscious, the more now we can make it easier for my mind to run positive narratives, positive language patterns, and all of that, or positive beliefs. And I can get rid of the need for it to run negative beliefs or negative narratives. Do you sort of get it? So I can redirect it to the positive, or I can just get rid of the negative altogether, where I just don't even allow it. So when I feel a sort of a thought of self-doubt, I just see you later. Go think about yourself and come back when you decided to be different. Do you sort of get it? You can come back when you want to be self-belief, but self-doubt ain't welcome here. So once we got the positioning in, now we're just going to repeat it until an emotional shift. So when we understand emotional shifts, there'll be sensations, biochemical sensations. So think about it like when you think about music and you're listening to a song. And have you ever had those songs that you listen to and you get the chill down your neck and your spine, where it really like it creates an emotional shift within you? That's what we're talking about. Do you sort of get it? Because that sensation is the releasing of the biochemical responses. Do you sort of get it? So the dopamine, the oxytocin, the serotonin. Very important to understand this because we've all experienced what I've talked about. That's the thing. So that's what I'm trying to do in this is to show you that you already know it. You just have never had a name for it. You've never had a name for those experiences that you get when you, for example, think of something that inspires you and you feel that emotional shift of inspiration, or where you think of something that inspires you and it brings you to tears at the gratitude to be able to create that. Do you sort of get it? Like there are many different things that we experience, but we look over it because we don't name it, we don't understand it, and we're too insecure to ask other people about it. Do you sort of get it? So it's very important to understand this because the more we understand this, the more we start to see that there is so many layers to life's experience that I just have always overlooked for conventional, for the ability to fit in, so to speak. Do you sort of get it? So we understand that if I'm doing it until there's an emotional shift, like what is that going to feel like? Well, it's not going to feel as powerful as like our brain doing a serotonin or a dopamine dump when listening to music, where I just get tingles all over, but it'll feel more like when I read something and it sort of just it changes my perception in the moment. Do you sort of get it? Where it's that confused feeling of, huh, I never saw it like that before. And then it's that's the emotional shift. Do you sort of get it? It's sort of like it's just a shift in knowing to where before I didn't know and now I know. Do you sort of get it? So we understand that that's what we're looking for, and it's about 3 to 5 minutes, but you do it as long as you want. Do you sort of get it? Don't do it for a minute. Don't try and run through the practice because that's not the point. The point isn't to run through the practice. The point is to take your time and enjoy the practice as a ritual for connecting to what you want. I.e., when I want to reprogram my mind, well, I'm trying to connect into the clearest version of my mind, the best version of my mind, the best version of myself. So I shouldn't rush through and try and just do as much as I can. No, I should take my time and really appreciate it. Because the more I appreciate it, the more that goes into it. It's sort of like if you think about cooking. Like I can just cook a recipe, or I can actually cook a recipe with love. And it will taste different because the care, attention, and focus will be felt through it energetically. Do you sort of get it? So, like, the more I invest into doing these practices in a state where I'm here for the journey of the experience of reprogramming my mind, not the outcome of reprogramming my mind. Do you sort of get it? Because when I'm here for the journey, I'm appreciating every aspect. When I'm here for the outcome, all I look at is the destination. How long is it going to take? 3 to 5 minutes to experience an emotional shift and reprogram your mind? Too long. I want it in a second. I want it instantaneously. Do you sort of get it? So it's about the journey of the experience, the journey of becoming. So when I say that I'm worthy of love and respect, when I'm doing this practice, it's not to get the outcome of love and respect. It's the journey of loving and respecting myself. That's what I'm reprogramming. So that every step of my journey now, I love and respect myself. Do you sort of get it? Very important that we understand this because the more we start to understand this, the more we start to see that it's not what can I get out of this practice? It's what can I experience with this practice? What would happen to my life if I had unbound confidence? What would happen to my life if I loved every aspect of who I was? What would happen to my life if I respected myself and only ever did what I believed was in the best interest for myself? How would my life look? How would my experience of life be? Do you sort of start to get it? Like, there is so much more at stake than just the fucking outcome. So, the point of the practice isn't that. The point of the practice is the experience. It's sitting there and saying to myself and realizing, like, every time I say I am worthy of love and respect, like, I am the motherfucker saying that to me. It means something. So should I sit here for 5 minutes? Should I sit here for 10 minutes? Should I sit here for an hour? Even better. Like, should I go to the gym for 5 minutes? Should I go to the gym for 10 minutes? Should I go to the gym for an hour? Even better. Do you sort of get it? Like, think about it like this. We all think about like diet, exercise, and all of this, but we're looking at like, I want to exercise an hour a day, 4 days a week. That's what I'm willing to do. It's sort of like, why wouldn't I exercise 10 hours a day? Why wouldn't I? Do you know what I mean? I'm only going to diet for a couple of months. I'm only going to diet till I hit this weight goal. Why wouldn't I just diet all the time? And then I can eat what I want whenever I want. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's very important because it's sort of like when I'm sitting there trying to negotiate that I'm going to do this or that, when I sit there and I'm focused on the outcomes, I don't really care for it. I miss the experience of it. Yeah, I can reprogram my mind, but I don't understand any more deeper my mind. Do you sort of get it? When I take the practice and when I focus on creating like an experience through the practice of reprogramming my subconscious mind and my emotional state, well, now I'm creating like a level of magic within my experience of life. to where life has mystery again, where life has that essence of magic. So the next step is after we've done that, okay? So we understand the importance of it, that it's not, I'm not just saying it, okay? And I'm not saying it to say it as quick as I can. I'm not saying to just punch it out. Like I'm saying it to remind myself every time I say I am worthy of love and respect. I am reminding myself I am worthy of motherfucking love and respect. So either I will show it to me or other people will. Do you sort of get it? Like, not so much like that, but it's sort of like I'm gonna fucking show it to myself, and other people will show me love and respect as well. Not that they have to show me love and respect, but like if people show me love and respect, I value that. If people don't show me love and respect, well, I don't really value that. If people talk negative or down to me, I don't value that. Do you know what I mean? So it's not to say that I have to go out there and say, like, you can only ever talk to me with love and respect from now on. No, it's like, hey, you talk to me with love and respect, I'm going to be a lot nicer and more agreeable to you. You talk to me disrespectfully, well, I'm probably not going to talk back to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very important to understand this because the next stage is what we're doing is we're now sitting with it. So as we've come out of the practice, as we've done it, we've felt the emotional sensation, the emotional shift. Now we sit in quiet reflection and we ask ourselves, if I'm worthy of love and like, if I've said to myself, I am worthy of love and respect, am I now worthy of love and respect? Like, am I that person? Am I this person? If I say this about myself, am I? And we just sit there and we sit in quiet reflection and we ask this question, am I? And we allow our mind to show us what we believe or what we consciously and unconsciously think and feel. So, like, for example, if I ask myself, you know, do I love and respect myself? Well, if it's not from within an unresounding motherfucking yes, I do, then it hasn't worked. Do you know what I mean? If it's sort of like, yeah, kinda, then I got to do it more and more and more. So it's a practice of like when we're in this reflection, when we're asking ourselves, am I this person? When I ask myself directly, if I am worthy of love and respect, like, do I love and respect myself? And if it comes back anything less than, then we rerun the practice and then we ask again. And if it comes up with anything less than an outstanding motherfucking yes, I love and respect myself because I am worthy of love and respect. Like, it's not like I think I love and respect. No, I know it because, like I've already said it. Do you sort of get it? Like, if I am worthy of love and respect, I already love and respect myself. So, whichever one of those are true. So, if I've said I am worthy of love and respect, I now love and respect myself. It's not a question. It's not a debate. Do you know what I mean? It's not a if, but, or maybe. It's sort of like it's just a part of the process. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.